go next. Really interesting brain test today. We need to complete this numeric series. We have 5, 5, 10, 30, 120, and we need to find the last number in this numeric series. So how can you do this? Right now I suggest you to pause the video and try to solve it by yourself, and after 20 seconds we will check our answer. It will be more interesting for you and for me because, for example, if I solve it in one way, you can solve it in another way, you can find another pattern between all of this number, and it will be really interesting. So let's do this together. So take a look. Let's solve it step by step. We have 5, 5, 10, 30 and 100, 120. So I write these numbers with these boxes right here. We have 5, we have once more 5, we have 10, we have 30, and we have 120, and we need to find the last number. What's the pattern between all of these numbers? Let's start, for example, with addition. Take a look, maybe we'll have the pattern with addition. So what number we need to add to this 5 to get 5 right here? We need to add 0, so no any number, so add 0. Right here we need to add 5, 5 plus 5, 10. Right here we need to add plus, what number? Plus 20. We will have 10 plus 20, 30. Right here we need to add 30 and we need to add 90. And what about the last number? So as for me, I don't see any pattern between this number. We have 0, 5, 20. It looks like multiplying right here by 4, but right here if you multiply 0 by 4 we don't have any 5. We need to add 70 to this. So as for me, addition is not our way to solve it. So we need to find another pattern between all of these numbers. Let's talk about, for example, by multiplication. Maybe we'll find the pattern with multiplication. Right here we have 5, right here 5. So we need to multiply this 5 by what number? By 1. If we multiply it by 1, we will have 5. I hope you understand this step. 5 times 1 will be 5. And take a look next. If we multiply 5 by not 1 by 2, we will have 10. So right here we need to multiply it by 2. This is the next step. So 5 times 2 will be 10. Okay, let's go next. What we'll have? Right here we have 30 and right here 10. So if we multiply this 10 by 3, we will have 30. So multiplying by 3. 10 times 3 will be 30. And of course right here 10 times 3 will be 30. And it's not hard to see that it will be our pattern, because right here if you multiply by 4 this 30, if you multiply this 30 by 4, we will have 120. And right here as well, because this is the same, 30 times 4 will be 120. And take a look closely to these numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's not hard to see that the next step will be multiplying by 5. So let's check it. Let's check our answers. So 120 times 5, and it will be 600. It will be 600, and this will be our answer. So this is my approach to this interesting problem. I find a solution. My solution is option B. What about you? Write your suggestion in comment, write a question in comment, and let's go to check out my next brain test. Let's go next. And let's start with this interesting brain problem today. We need to find a lot number in these boxes. We have 2, 5, 7, and we need to find the last number. Right here on the right hand side we have a lot of options. We have 4, 9, 11 and 13. So right now I suggest you to pause the video and try to solve it by yourself. It will be more interesting for you and of course for me to check our answer in the end of the video. So let's start to solve it. Right now I suggest you to solve it by yourself. Okay, we have 2, 5, 7 and we need to find the last number. I write these numbers 2, 5 and 7 right here. So let's start with, we have 2, we have 5, we have 7. So this is 2, 5 and 7. So this number we have right here in these boxes. What we're going to do next, I hope you see right now, or if you don't see, I want to mention it. In math there are a prime number series. So take a look. We have 2, we have 3, we have 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 and a lot of prime numbers. So this is prime numbers. And why I write these prime numbers? Because right here these numbers 2, 5 and 7, we have these in this numeric series. What this prime numbers about? We can divide every of these prime numbers by itself and by 1. So right here we can divide these 2 by 1 and 2, these 3 by 1 and 3 only, 5 by 5 and 1 only, 7 and 1, 11 and 1, and 13 and 1, and a lot of prime numbers. So as you can see right here, we have a sequence of prime numbers. We have 2 right here as well, we have 5 right here as well, we have 7 right here as well. So as you can see, the next number need to be 3, need to be 11, or 13 or 17. As you can see right here, we have 11 and 13, but we have 2 prime numbers right here, but we need to find one solution. So we reject 11 and 13, and moreover we reject this option. So this is not option C and this is not option D. So I hope you understand this explanation. So this is not prime number series, so we reject these 2 values. Let's go next. We still have 2 options, 4 and 9. I want to write this box right here. We have 2, we have 7, we have 5, and we have 4. This is the first case. And right here we will have 2, 5, 7, and 9. This is the second case. One of these case is correct. But what about solution? Which one is correct, 4 or 9? So take a look closely on this pattern of these numbers. So as you can see, we have right here even number, right here we have 3 odd number. Everyone we can divide by each other, so 5 cannot be divided by 2, 7 by 5, 9 by 2. So this is not a good case. But if we look closely to this, I see one pattern between all of these numbers. If we go right here, we will have even numbers. So this is even numbers, 2 and 4. If we go in this way, we will have odd numbers. So as you can see, I suggest you to choose option A. 4 is our solution to this problem. So what about you? Write your question in comment, write your suggestion in comment. It will be really nice to read it. The next very interesting brain test today, we need to find the last number in these boxes. We have 2, 3, 4, and we need to find the last number. On the first side, the obvious answer is 5, because 2, 3, 4, 5, but right here on the right hand side we don't have this option, so we need to think a little bit more about this solution. Right here on the right hand side we have a lot of options, so right now I suggest you to pause the video and try to solve it by yourself. It will be more interesting for you and for me, of course, because I can solve it in one way, you can find another solution, and it will be more interesting for us to check our answer. So let's try to solve it. So what options we will have? We have 2, 3, 4, and we need to find the last number right here. So if we plug in right here, for example, 7, so we have 2, 3, 4, and 7. So as you can see, there is no obvious pattern between all of these numbers. Of course, one pattern that we have right here, we have odd numbers, so this is odd numbers, and right here in this way is even numbers. So there is one and only pattern between all these numbers that I see right now, because if we divide 4 by 3, 4 by 2, 7 by 3, there is no like a common number that we have in this case. So let's go next. So as for me, I reject this 7. There is no solution to this problem. Let's go next. We have 9. So we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, and we have 9. So as for me, I don't see any pattern between this number. One and only pattern, if we divide this 4 by 2, so if we divide 4 by 2, so 4 divided by 2, we will have 2. So we can divide in this way. And if we divide 9 by 3, we will have 3. So 9 dividing by 3, we will have 3. So this is the pattern between this number if we are talking about 9. Let's go next. Let's check 10, for example. We will have 2, 3, 4, and right here we will have 10. So as you can see, we can divide 10 by 2, but right here 4 by 3 we cannot divide. Moreover, we have 3 even numbers and 1 odd number. So as for me, there is no solution to this problem. So 10 is not our solution. Let's check in the last case. Let's check 6. So we will have 2, we will have 3, we will have 4, and 6. So as for me, 6 will be a solution, because right here, if we divide 4 by 2, so take a look, if we divide 4 by 2, so 4 dividing by 2, we will have 2. like a cross, if we divide like a cross from bottom to the top. And moreover, if we divide 6 by 3 in the same way, we will have 6 divided by 3, so as a result we will have 2. So as you can see, this logic works. So if we divide like a cross from the bottom to the top, 6 by 3 and 4 by 2, we will have the same answer. So as for me, 6 it will be our solution. But what about you? Maybe you will find this pattern between these numbers. So in this case 7 could be a solution, but I think 2 will be solution as well, because this is a really good pattern between all of these numbers. But what about your solution? Write your solution in a comment. It will be really nice to read it. And of course, thank you so much for watching, subscribing. I really appreciate it. And let's check another video.